I ain't introduced myself before walking into your gym. I ain't let the people know where we at for real, Coach. My bad. My apologies. How we doing today?
I am doing excelente.
So what we working on today, Coach?
Oh, well, most of the guys today are working on footwork, learning to control the center of the ring, and learning conditioning. That's one of the main things, and placing shots. A lot of guys don't know how to place them.
What's the main thing for you when it comes to boxing and teaching younger fighters that are coming up? Are you trying to teach them how to become pros? Is it deeper than that? Is it more discipline? What is it for you?
Well, the whole thing is about discipline. Discipline with all my fighters brings success in whatever they do in life. So if they stay disciplined in whatever they do, that's the goal. And my goal is to go ahead and start with the fundamentals of discipline in boxing, and then we move on to, the corporate world or whatever, and then they understand that, hey, there's nothing that's going to stop them as long as they stay disciplined.
Deeper than boxing.
Yeah, it's better.
What they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
So that's why when we're here, the main thing is for them to run, to go ahead and not cheat. A lot of them, some of them, they don't run, some of them don't, and then they wonder why that they don't be successful in the ring. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Once they step in here, it doesn't lie. The ring doesn't lie. They tell me, oh, you haven't been running. Oh, you haven't been working on your body. Oh, you haven't been doing your combinations. You haven't learned how to cut the ring off. Those are the things that we try to teach with the fundamentals. So
I like that, though.
One of the things that, when I work with these guys, and the problem with that a lot of them don't understand is, I'm 64 years old, and I have 20 to 30 kids and 15 adults that I gotta weed out everybody's personality, and then every fighter does not fight the same. That means I have to find his style. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I have to go home and sit back and I have to say, this guy fights, he's a fighter. This other guy, he's a straightforward fighter. The other guy, he's got more style with his fight. So I have to find what style I can use for them. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things, that's probably the hardest thing for me to do every day, is to figure it out. And these kids, they don't give you no break. Because the one day he's a brawler, then next day he's sitting there, he's baking cookies with his mother.
How do you feel about the ones that come in and like everybody want to be like Mayweather? You ever see somebody that ain't even master the basics coming in trying to Philly shell them?
Well, guess what? The first thing comes out my mouth is, we don't teach the Philly shell. That's one thing. I tell them I don't teach that. Then the ones that want to do it, I usually put them in there with John, or I'll get in the ring and then I'll tell them I can show you better than I can tell you why we don't do this, why we don't do that. Mm-hmm. And then most of the kids, they respect me, so they go ahead and keep their hands up. Some of them will do stuff when I'm not around, mm-hmm. But when we go into tournaments, if they don't tighten up, I have a towel right next to me all the time. See, so if something happens, hey, get him out of there. All right, so we do that. We keep a towel. Just in case.
So is that a way of protecting the fighter?
Well, the thing is, yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, we have safeties first when USA Boxing, and since we are a licensed gym, mm-hmm. One of the things that we had a tournament this past week. One of my guys, he took like 5 overhand rights, and it's a 2-minute round, and he didn't even make it through the first minute, and he took 5 overhand rights. And he didn't block, he didn't do anything. So I went on and I said, hey, give me a towel. And he's like, gee, I told the ref, that's it. The kid got out, he's mad. He says, I get hit harder than that. I told him, I said, I stopped the fight because your next move was to go home and eat soup through a straw. And he's only 15. And he doesn't even know how to get his neck muscles tight. So
He's
that's
still developing. He's
yeah,
still,
exactly. So you keep, and he kept saying he didn't feel it, but then I'm thinking after you get hit 2 or 3 times, you numb. So yeah, you didn't feel the other 3.
he said the first 2 made it numb, so you ain't gonna feel the other one.
Yeah, so,
You'll feel them later though. You gonna feel them later though.
so that's why it's one of those things that I have to always be on point on that.
Yes,
you
sir.
know. And the thing about me is like I like to crack jokes and have fun with the guys, but that's my defense mechanism, so I don't yell and scream so much. And then I tell them all the time, you know, I stopped drinking ever since I did this sport.
Word.
Yeah, and but it's been times, boy, it's been close. It's been close.
They drive you to do it
I
sometimes.
was Mike's Hard Lemonade.
You said I ain't gonna go all the way there with you, but we might do a little.
Yeah. I was, but that's one of the things is developing and just taking your time. And you gotta have a lot of patience. And even with the pros, I got a lot of patience with them. My nephew, he's 5-0. He's Jason Russell, and matter of fact, we'll do the interview with him and stuff. And I got a couple other pros that I have too. But I got a lot of these amateur guys that are getting ready to go pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that we're gonna be following today.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll be going. I want him to go. I know he's going. And the only thing and Jake. And a couple of other guys you haven't seen yet, but they're all. I'm getting them ready, and see most of them that we have, they come from good homes and they really not struggling. You see what I'm saying? And so they don't have to worry about eating.
Yeah.
Some of the other fighters that I had before, this is it.
Yeah.
This is all they gonna have. They not going to school. They're not trying to graduate. They just gonna fight. And this is it. So I have to be careful with them. You know, because
Different type of people.
yeah. Well, the ones I had before, the only reason they took boxing up was because they was like, Coach. I said, why are you boxing? He says, oh, I just want to be able to protect myself when I go to jail. And I was like, okay, so that let me know.
Yeah.
They came in, they did the work, but that meant that they still gonna get in trouble.
And they
Young
already know
kids,
it.
exactly. They know where their future was going to take them. So I train them the best way they can, you know. And if they end up going, they go. If they don't, because I had some good ones. Some good 15, 16-year-old kids.
You see some hard stuff in and out these gyms. As far as those who, like you said, maybe don't come from backgrounds where they're struggling versus those who are understanding where they're going. Fortunate, there you go, compared to those who aren't so fortunate.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the kids are not that bad. It's more like I have to deal with the parent because the kid will be on one page and then the parent is not on that page. So that's about the hardest thing that I have to deal with every time I deal with most of the kids, because once they deal with me, they understand where I'm coming from. But when they go home with their mothers and stuff like that, and they only get 2 hours with me. But a lot of times their parents expect for me to go ahead and be the father, the mother. I gotta do everything. And every gym that I have worked with, it was always been like that. And it's because I take pride in this. I've been doing it for 47 years.
47?
Yeah, I'm 64.
I mean, majority of your whole life then.
Yeah, I've been fighting, and then I worked for the government. I did this, I did that, but yeah, I've been doing this my whole life.
Wow.
You know, and I was a kid that I had everything. I was spoiled because my dad was a cop, so I got everything. So I could run the stoplights and do all this stuff, and in my hometown, and they would never pull me over. So what happened? I had a bad attitude. So my dad said, "Look, if you're gonna fight, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in boxing." So what he did was he brought me a bag, hung it on the tree, and then it went from there.
And now, 40 some odd years later, you passing on the same information to the youngins.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm gonna tell you, the only thing that I want, and I had some champions and stuff like Michael Grant, Jamal Saunders. Some of those guys, they all fought me, or they actually got world champions, and I helped get them there. And I'm gonna tell you something. The only thing that I want for my fighters to do is just say, "Hey, I had a coach named Coach G that showed me how to do this and later." Because I don't want for anything. This is I plan on my name living forever. How long we been training?
3 years.
3 years? 3 years. I've been training her to rap. Wait, where are you going? Come on. She kept
trying to run away from my camera.
I've been training her for 3 years on rapping hands and coaching and everything like that. And she's somebody, like, if I'm not here, she has full control of me and stuff. And I put it all in her hands.
And you can find her on the website, actually.
Oh, you sure
Yeah,
can.
I knew the faces. See, I did a little homework before I pull up faces. I did a little homework.
On the website. Yeah, okay. I didn't see it. I didn't see you on the website. No.
This man gets on my nerves, man. Yeah, I'm on the website, Coach Toya, Slaughterhouse. You don't know what it is. Slaughterhouse.
This is my ace right here. And so if like I said, depend on anybody, I could depend on her. And she raps professional hands too. She does all of that, and she travels.
Boxing is life.
Yes, for sure. For sure. This is my life for the past 3 years. And I appreciate him for just teaching me the game. And this is me being in here, is me giving back to the youth and saying thank you for everything you taught me. So.
And see, we've been around some heavy hitters. You know?
For sure.
I took her around a lot of heavy hitters, and then she's learning how to work the people, like the promoters, work some of the fights. Like the last one we had Danny Garcia, then we had Chop. Who else did we have?
That was in Philly.
Yeah, we had Danny, and there's a lot of pros that know who I am. And then I got her in there, and then my job is to deal with the commissioners. So they treat me different than they treat everybody else.
That's true.
You earn the stain, though. You earn that stain. That's what happens when you become OG.
And he politics well. Yeah, personable and everything. So.
Yeah, and they give me carte blanche on a lot of stuff. I mean, that day I took her, came to Philly. Everybody else had to stand outside. I told the commissioner, I said, I got my partner. He sent somebody straight out there and got her. And then he went like this, and I gave him $25. Remember? That was for her license.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, hey G. I got you.
Honestly, that's the goal of this right here, is to make Georgia what Philly is in boxing.
Yeah,
It's a different level in Philly when you talk about boxing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
sir.
So that's she's on point. She's my ace and stuff. My ace in the hole at any time.
Yes, sir. I'm about to coast back with y'all then.
Yeah.
We're in Slaughterhouse today.
You already know what it is. Let's go.
Let's go.